Welcome back, everyone. And I told you it wasn't going to be long. I told you. So we are into round 3. That is coming up right now. But it is I, Zari, joined by the lovely Calliope.
I wasn't going to say it just because I wanted to make sure you got some practice in. You did get it right, though.
Yes! It's just I need to repeat it so that I remember. Because clearly it takes a lot of practice. But that's two for 3. That's good. We're now better than 50%.
Yeah. Looks like we'll be starting here on Clam Blitz Mako, which that's exciting. I like that map mode combination actually.
Yeah, I think it works quite well, and it can be very like one team puts clams in, the other team puts clams in because they're so close. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is, I would rather that than trekking halfway around the world to just put a power clam in. It can be so stally if it's like that.
Are they actually the closest clam baskets?
They feel like they are.
It feels like it is, but
I think so, but isn't how close is Mahi? Mahi feels really close.
I don't think Mahi's as close as Mako.
No, but it feels like they are. Maybe that's just because Mahi's trash, but it feels like they are really close, but in a bad way. While Mako feels like they're close in a let's fight tooth and nail. You ain't gonna get through me kind of way.
Let's meet up in the mosh pit and find out who's the.
let's brawl, as opposed to like, why are we at Mahi? I don't want to be here. I want to be lying on the sun lounger, not playing Splatoon. That's what Mahi feels like. But anyway, we're gonna get into this. We should also say, we didn't actually mention this, the 2 teams is Mélodium versus Touch Some Grass. It's really not that deep. So just wanted to actually say that. Okay.
We only have it listed as Touch Some Grass, but there is a full title.
There is a full title, and it needs to be said. We've got Carbon.
Ooh, yeah, Carbon getting a couple picks real quick.
We also have a sniper versus that ballpoint, which is always like which backline is gonna die to the other one first. Sniper tends to cause a little bit of anxiety for heavies and ballpoints, but we haven't got there yet. Yes, this is very much fight me in the park, or fight me in the supermarket, technically.
No, not even bothering to go out to the parking lot.
No, they're not even touching grass. Like, that was the whole point. There's no grass here. There's no grass to touch. But yeah, this is also, should say, Mélodium is not doing that. It's not going in their favor. Let's just say they are more consistently down a player or 2 than Touch Some Grasses. So, but still, the push hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Touch Some Grass is definitely doing a better job making the clams and keeping them up, but fortunately Mélodium. Yeah, fortunately for Mélodium, they are locking them off. And taking out the power clam.
Yep, and able to be the first ones to put the power clam in. So it can definitely go look one way, but then very quickly change. And also in the middle of all of that, Touch Some Grass lost that power clam that they made not that long ago. Player sadly not able to jump out, unfortunately.
So getting down to 60 on the first push. That is
it's a good start.
Not the best, but it's about the bare minimum of what you really want.
Yeah, you can definitely do a lot more on this map because the clam spawns are never that far. But it's at least better than just putting a single power clam in. It's
because then that demands that the opponents they need at least 2 power clams and a regular clam, or else they're not even gonna get it.
Yep,
it'll just go up to 61.
Exactly. You have to be You have to decisively get past their score. So
And
already,
ooh, speaking of decisively getting past things, just going up to the clam basket and scoring.
Yep, but it doesn't look like anyone's actually. There we go. There are the clams.
There you
I was
go.
gonna say,
Okay.
are they not going to be able to put any in? But they are, and they're able to get below 50 here and below 40. That's not a 36.
Yeah,
Touching Grass needs to put some clams in the other basket.
They do.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, but Mélodium just. Okay, that will be the end of that push.
But they definitely, if that felt like they could have probably gotten a couple more clams in, like given it probably would have been at the expense of their lives. But at times that can be a good strat.
Rating now.
2v2.
A little bit.
2v2. Ooh, okay.
That was a very quick and decisive inkjet shot.
Yep, yes indeed. They're not quite able to find any other people there, but that first shot, very, very well done there. You just need to push up though. Maybe they just need to get rid of that ballpoint. That might help them be able to actually approach. And even then, it's all of the tri-strikes really just causing havoc for Touching Grass.
And I don't really see a good way for them to put too much pressure on the ballpoint outside of the sniper there, because the carbon isn't really able to have enough paint to threaten the ballpoint here.
Yeah, they are struggling a bit with that. Also, this should be when they get some in, because not only were they 3 darned, but they do need to. This will be their final push.
Oh no! And unfortunately, it's already over.
That's it. They're not going to be able to get there in time. The basket's closing. They're not going to get another power glam.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they've fully realized that that's game. That's it. Mélodium taking the first set very decisively. Seeing as Touching Grass was only able to put in a single power clam plus, I think, just a single clam.
Just a single regular clam as well, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was... Ooh. Like, it wasn't...
It wasn't a stomp.
No, it wasn't a stomp. But it also... Touching Grass just mostly played in mid or were in their base. So, that is not the way you'd like to start a set.
No.
No, indeed. But we will be moving on to flat zones.
Flounder zones. Now that's also a fun one, but for entirely different reasons.
It's a fun one, but it can also be oppressive because of the height difference. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. As a brush.
Oh yeah, as a brush, that's a completely different game.
This is fun. This is a fun map mode for a brush.
Yes, I will, and I will try not to reference RSL too much, but you bring up brushes, and RSL was dominated by some very, very good brushes. So we saw a lot of this map mode, and a decent amount of times there was a really good brush on it, so I absolutely understand where you're coming from.
Well, I don't know about being a really good brush, but at the very least, I can guarantee this is a playground for a brush.
Brushes can do work here, especially if they're able to sneak in behind. Just absolute chaos and carnage. I'm not sure if we're going to see that with these teams, though. I didn't see, maybe the Carbon. I don't know, but they might just do Carbon. They could do that.
The Carbon absolutely can have some fun here as well. There's not that much of a speed difference once you get to optimal movement.
But we are gonna be... Oh, okay. We have been informed to keep talking.
So,
I'm going to check chat and say I also miss Splatoon 1 Flounder. I miss it very much. But sadly, she's in the past.
I very much feel that at the very least, it's still one of the better maps in Splatoon 3.
It's not a high bar though. That's
yeah, it's the thing. It's the thing. But you know, it's still something.
Yeah, because it does have interesting verticality, even if it can be very one-sided for the team that is in mid. It does have the whole being able to go up all the walls thing is very interesting. Even if they freaking like shrunk it, they squished it. I'm still mad.
It is much
unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Yeah. But at least it didn't get the hammerhead treatment.
Yeah.
Or
at least it's not absolute trash. Like
they didn't completely change things.
No.
They only mostly changed things.
Yes, and the more they change, the worse it gets. Nintendo, listen to us, please, please. Yeah, though I am kind of.
There's no way they're gonna listen to us. Though at the same time, I'm pretty sure the Japanese scene has been saying the exact same thing as us. So.
Yeah, so like I completely understand why they wouldn't listen to us, because we are definitely not the top of priority list. But Japan though, Japan, you're not listening to Japan, Nintendo? Oh my god, that's if everyone's yelling at you about the same thing, like we're all in agreement, maybe do something about it.
That is, we are crossing language barriers to try and tell you this.
Yes, please, Nintendo. I know you don't want to listen, but please do. Please. That's all we want. But yeah, I don't live in a world where I think we're ever going to get what we want. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, from where we began that kind of spiel, I do miss, like circling back, I do miss Splatoon 1 Flounder. There was something so nice about being a dynamo and just like jumping off the side and killing someone as you fell. It was so, I don't know, poetic. You just saw the explosion and you're like, goodbye, I'm going to descend now. And it was just nice. It was good times. I did often die to a carbon though, that I do remember vividly. But you know, still very good. Back when Dynamo actually worked. Yes, I still cry every night. Okay, I haven't moved on. It's been 2 games. It still saddens me. But yes, I'm no longer a Dynamo player for this exact reason. It's sad. But
old Dynamo just forever only promo art.
I was a V Dynamo. I was like, I wasn't even playing gold. I was just, I liked my echolocator, and then they took it away from me as well.
True.
My global specials weren't a good thing. I understand. It was just fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. Turn 1. Peak fun. Nothing is balanced.
Yeah.
Amazing gameplay.
Exactly.
Yep. Yes. But yes. As we wait for everything to get properly set up again, without any sort of competence from Nintendo, you're asking too much. Yeah, we should keep that in mind.
I mean, I agree.
For them to listen to us, though.
I agree only on the basis that the competence that comes from Nintendo is stuff that you can't expect.
True.
Because like Nintendo is absolutely competent in certain ways, but it's always in ways that you do not expect. They always come out the gate with some kind of, they come out the gates punching, but then you realize they're wearing like a pool toy of like a little ring around them and a tutu, and then they got like a Groucho Marx glasses on, and you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, to be fair,
that's Nintendo.
I remember when they like brought out the squeezer, and I was like, "What the ever-loving frick is this? What the hell?" because like you have the paint mode that can't kill, and then you've got the tap mode that kills your finger, and you're just like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. And I think the first set they gave it was trash. I think, wasn't it? Didn't have a stingray or something, and that was back when it wasn't good. And also, why would you put a stingray in the midline? And it was just kind of like, eh. And it took until one, it got a good set, obviously, with the bubbles. But also people that actually like experiment about with it and realize that, wait, hold on, it's like a 96, but that can paint, right? It can paint its feet. And like coming out of the gate, we were like, I don't really know about this. And then, you know, you have to give Nintendo things a little bit to get settled. And then you're like, okay, no, I like this. You know, like that's the entirety of Splatoon, to be fair. Because I remember E3, whatever year that was, 2015 or something? 2016, 2015?
It came out in 2015, but wasn't the reveal in 2014?
It might have been. God, that's ages ago. Oh my goodness. I remember the E3 and being like, I don't know what that is, but that looks cool. And then here we are, years later, 3 games in. Who'd have seen this coming? Not me.
I mean,
probably none of you.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be like a release, a console. I did not expect Splatoon 3 to come out until the Switch 2.
Yep, until we got another console. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that was intended, and the chip shortage thing affected things.
Well, it affects everything. So yeah, no, that it definitely could have been that way.
We do see the carbon here.
It's been so long since the first game that I cannot remember. Well, they don't have the sniper anymore. Tell you that I remember. But there's 4 buckets. 4 buckets, but this is a very bucket-heavy kind of map in and of itself. And we already had a lot of buckets last match. I do remember.
A lot of ledges to reach over.
Yes, indeed. And even with the machine nerf, it still does excel at these kind of things. Give it the time. This is a bit of carnage. Lots of death. No one can.
Fortunately on both sides and keeping things fairly even. Although, nope, this inkjet is going to
die.
It's going to keep touch from grass from completely taking both zones, but yeah, then it's going to die afterwards.
Yep, yes indeed.
Oh,
and that will be Mélodium
finally getting control.
Yep, getting control of both zones, but there is that Booyah coming out, and they are chasing this Carbon. Carbon makes the smart decision of getting the frick out of there. Good idea, I would say.
Sometimes you gotta know when you're just not gonna be able to.
Yeah. And it's not the best idea. But yeah, already they're still fighting over this zone here. What a surprise. It goes back and forth. Gets slightly painted by specials. Capped, but I don't think it's going to get capped for long. It depends on this Carbon, though.
Oh, no, the Carbon goes down.
Oh, okay, that's 3 dying.
Yeah, and 1 on the run and dead.
Delayed wipe.
Yep.
This might be all that Mélodium needs here. And keep in mind, this is match point 2 Mélodium, so if Touch Some Grass does not get in here, that'll just be the set. All this waiting.
And this is a difficult position to try and pull out of too. Once they've firmly established the, like King of the Hill,
there's not going to be enough time. They're not going to be able to paint that. There we go. Yep, that is the problem with Flounder. Because the mid is so high, once you have it, you can see everyone as they approach. And you can just... It's so easy to keep them out as long as you're all on, like, the same... Like, all your teams on the same wavelength. And they absolutely were. Mélodium just knew what they were doing. And all it took, they needed to play a bit more patiently to get to the point where they were able to wipe or push Touch Some Grass out. And once that was achieved, they they knew what they were doing. Absolutely.
Yeah. They fought hard to earn the reward of having full control of mid, and then they made use of it once they got it.
And they didn't give it up. And that's how you win without pretty much not letting Touch Some Grass get the zone very much at all. Also, I will mention, because I noticed this in the middle, there is on Flounder, there is actually some grass. So maybe they got a little bit distracted.
Oh no.
We got distracted.
There's a time and place for everything, you know.
Yep.
Maybe it is good to go out, touch some grass, smell the flowers, and all that stuff, but not when you're right in the middle of a competitive Splatoon game.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Timing, understandable though if that is your whole deal, right? It's understandable.
Right.
If that's all they were here for, and they were like, "God damn, we didn't get any grass in the first game," but they found their grass in the second game, so they didn't go home without, you know. I say home. It's like they've come to paddling pool,
the paddling land.
The paddling land to find some grass to touch. But yeah, no. My God, my brain. Anyway, but that will be getting back on track. That will be obviously set to Mélodium, and that will be the last that was group 3. No, that's groups. Don't say group. It's not group. What was the word? Round 3.
Yes.
Different. Yep. I was like, no, that's definitely not right as soon as I said it, but my brain just didn't. I couldn't remember what the other word. Anyway,
round 3 of groups.
Yes, there you go. See, that's the thing. Round 3 of groups. That means that we're gonna go on a bit of a longer break than we've had, because people need to finish their games, and they also the seeding needs to happen before we can get to game 1. I think it's single of them. It should be single of them of the bracket, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So will be a little bit longer to get to that point, but absolutely don't be going anywhere, because these will be some hype games once we get there. So yeah, we will be back. We will be back soon. Remember to touch some grass. But just not during Splatoon games. That gets a bit distracting.
Yeah, touch some grass, but don't go away to do it.
Yeah. Bring your
own grass.
Bring your own grass, or bring your device that you're watching the stream with you to touch some grass. Right? That's maybe an idea. Bring the stream with you. Oh, this is so random. Anyway, see you guys soon. Don't be going anywhere except maybe to touch some grass, but only if you bring the stream. Alright, we'll be back soon.